to the Ielts speaking session. May I have your name, please?
My name is Tuyền, T-U-Y-E-N.
My name is Henry, and I will be your examiner today. So let's get started. As you know, in part 1, I will ask questions about your own situation, work, studies, or other familiar topics. Alright? So what about your favorite kind of food?
Well, these days, I really love fruits. It's mostly mangoes or oranges, and I'm also busy about banana, but I don't go for apples. In the past, I used to love indoor fast food, but I'm trying to be healthier, so I cut it out.
Okay. And do you think is it better to eat out or eat at home, and why?
In my opinion, I prefer eating at home. Firstly, because I'm interested in spending time with my family to travel together. Furthermore, I can save a little bit money for other purposes. And most importantly, that the quality of food is always ensured.
Great. So we move on to part 2.
Yes.
And as you probably know, in this part you will have to talk about a topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You will have about 1 minute to think about your topic and you may take some notes. So here's your speaking card.
Yes.
You should describe a day in your life you will never forget. And you should say where you were, what you were doing, who you were with, and explain why this day is so memorable for you.
Well, what I'm going to tell you is about my best friend's wedding day. We got to know each other well because we have so many similar characteristics and types of feeling. On that day, I was a bridesmaid with 3 other beautiful girls.
So we move on to part 3, and the topic is memory. So is it easier to remember the good or the bad memories, and why?
It's almost the same. For the good memory, it depends on how important it is. Firstly, for the good memory, for me, in the past when I was a child, I got a book from my kindergarten with the CD. It's always in my mind. But for the bad thing that I got is that I failed for the secondary entrance. It's my mistake, so I really angry that.
What do you think is better, to keep remembering old times or rather planning for the future? There are many people who keep living in the past, but there are other people that prefer looking forward to the future. So what do you think about this?
As far as for me, planning for the future is one of the best. Let me take an example between Vietnamese people and Japanese people. Guys that I met in the Philippines, they always think about the future, what they have to do tomorrow, even next year. I was so surprised. I'm a Vietnamese girl, but Vietnamese people always think like, okay, today we have to do this one or do tomorrow. That's all.
Good morning, my name is Henry and I'm the head of faculty here at Center in Da Nang, Vietnam. Last week we had an Ielts speaking test with Tuyền and I have decided to award her a 6.5 overall band score. Why is this? I think her speech was really smooth, really clear. She conveyed the message in a really good way. One of the good points that she had is her grammar. Grammar was really consistent throughout all the speech, parts 1, parts 2. Part 2 particularly was held really well in regards to timing. She didn't speak too much, she didn't speak too little, and she kept writing the topic. And it was really interesting the way she talked about the experience with her friend who got married. Also the first part, familiar topics that she talked about. those were really well handled too. She made minor mistakes, although with some words like with the S ending, but that's an ongoing problem with Vietnamese, I think. And I think she has a lot of potential that she can correct that, right? And sometimes I was really good about her, she corrected herself. In part 3, she handled the discussion really well. It was a really difficult topic, talking about memories, and I think she got really good ideas. Yeah. And I think that's all for me today. Thank you very much.